Hello everyone, myself Dr. Shaila Tanveer. Today I will be discussing the topic Introduction to Polymers. Now first of all, let us understand the term polymer. Polymer is derived from the Greek root poly means many and mer or meros means part or segment. Polymers are very large molecules as compared to the simple molecules like water, which is made up of three types of atoms, two hydrogen atom and one oxygen atom in it. They have many atoms, means polymer have many atoms than a simple water molecule, ranging from 10,000 to 100,000 atoms per molecule. In this slide, a few pictures of polymers have been shown here. A protein molecule, which is shown here, is made up of so many peptide bonds. So that is why we can call it as polypeptide also. Now moving to the third slide. In this slide, the process of polymerization have been shown here. And the process of polymerization is the process by which we can make the polymer, or polymer can be made. Small monomer units join together or bond together to make a large molecule or macromolecule, which is called as polymer. Now, in the next slide, some terminology will be discussed, like monomers, oligomers, and polymers. Monomers are the low molecular weight compound molecules or compounds in which two or more functionality will be present. Functionality is nothing but the total number of functional group or bonding sites present in a molecule. Now the polymer, I have already told you that polymer is a large molecule or macromolecule whose molecular weight is very large as compared to the monomer molecule or monomer units. Oligomers are the polymers of very low molecular weight compounds comprising a small number of repeating units of monomer whose physical properties are significantly depends on the length of the polymer chain. Now in the next slide, some pictures of monomer, dimer, trimer, and oligomer and polymers have been shown here. So you can see this slide. By looking into this picture, one can make out the difference in all the molecules. Like monomer is single molecule or molecular weight, a small molecular weight compound. In dimer, two monomer units are joined together. In trimer, you can see the three molecules of monomer are joined together. In oligomer, few units of monomers are joined together. But in the case of polymer, there are large number of monomer units are joined together to make a large molecule or a macromolecule. Now, in this sixth slide, I have shown the comparison between the polymer and oligomers. What are polymers and how can we differentiate, or how can we compare these two molecules? Oligomers are the complex molecule that is made up of few monomer units. Whereas in the case of polymer, it is a macromolecule which is made out of a large number of small molecule of or monomer units. Now coming to the oligomer side, the process of formation is called oligomerization, where the process of formation of polymer is called polymerization. Oligomerization uses very less number of monomers, where polymerization uses a very large number of monomer units. In oligomer, the mass of the oligomer molecule is comparatively low, and the mass of polymer will be comparatively high. Now, the next slide. Next slide, I have shown the characteristics of the polymer. Traditional polymers decompose under heat and produce combustible product. Thus, they are able to originate and easily propagate fire. So they are combustible in nature or combustible material. Next is polymers are equally as electrical and thermal insulators. Means they can be used as electrical and thermal insulators. A walk by your house will strengthen this concept. You will notice that all the cords, appliances, electrical outlets, and wiring that are made of or covered with polymeric material. Thermal resistance is visible in the kitchen with pan and pot handles made of polymers. The coffee pot handles and the foam core of freezers and refrigerators, microwave cookware, insulated cups, coolers, etc. The thermal undergarments that many skiers wear are made up of polypropylene, and the fiber fill in winter jackets is acrylic and polyester. Um, Polymers are semi-crystalline material. In this slide, the second point, if you see the second point, I have written polymers are semi-crystalline material. That is, they have both amorphous region and crystalline region. In fact, polymer have regions of crystallinity called crystallites, which are embedded in the amorphous region. Crystallites provide strength and hardness to the polymer, whereas the amorphous region provides flexibility to the polymeric material. Now, coming to the resistance to corrosion. So polymers are very good towards the towards showing the resistance power for the corrosion. So they are corrosion resistance, and polymers are very light in weight and significant degree and having the significant degrees of strength as well. Now coming to the next slide, that is my 8th slide. This slide shows the classification of the polymer. Polymer have been classified on the several bases. First basis of classification is the origin or source of the polymers. So on the basis of the origin of the polymer, they are divided or they are classified into 3 categories: natural polymer, synthetic polymer, and semi-synthetic polymer. A second type of classification is based on the structure of polymer, and on the basis of the structure, we have 3 types of polymer: linear polymer, branched polymer, and cross-linked polymer. Fourth basis of the classification is molecular forces present in the polymer molecule. And on this basis, we have 4 types of polymers or polymeric material like elastomers, fibers, thermoplastics, and thermosetting polymers. And fourth type of classification is based on the mode of preparation. And based on the mode of preparation or the mechanism which involves the formation of polymers, polymer can be categorized into 2 classes. First is addition polymer and the second is condensation polymer. Now, in my next slide, I have shown the classification based on origin. Classification based on origin, according to this classification, we have, as I told you, 3 types of polymers are there: natural polymer, semi-synthetic polymer, and synthetic polymer. So natural polymers are that polymer which occur in nature and are existing in natural sources like plant and animals. Some common examples are protein, which are found in humans and animals, cellulose and starch, which are found in plants, or rubber, which we harvest from the latex of the tropical plant. Next is semi-synthetic polymer. Semi-synthetic polymer, the examples of semi-synthetic polymers are cellulose derivative like cellulose acetate, which we call as rayon, cellulose nitrate, methyl cellulose, etc. So semi-synthetic polymers are polymers obtained by making modification in natural polymers artificially in a lab. These polymers formed by chemical reaction in a controlled environment and are of commercial importance. Like vulcanized rubber also is an example of semi-synthetic polymer, in which vulcanized rubber in this type of rubber, sulfur is used in cross binding or cross bonding the polymer chains found in natural polymer or natural rubber. and cellulose nitrate or cellulose acetate are the examples of semi-synthetic polymers. Now, third type of polymer based on the source or origin is the synthetic polymer. These are the polymers which human can artificially synthesize in the lab, create or synthesize in the lab. Some commonly produced polymer which we use day-to-day life are polyethylene, a mass-produced plastic which we use in packaging, or nylon fibers commonly used in our clothing, fishing nets, etc. Now coming to the next slide, and the next slide shows the pictures of some natural, semi-synthetic and synthetic polymers. So you can see the natural polymers like cotton from plants is a natural polymer. Also, rubber can be obtained from the tree, is also a natural rubber. And wood is a natural polymer used for making papers, etc. And the rubber can be used in making tires, which is also a natural polymer. In the same way, crustacean shells are made up of chitin, which is also a natural polymer, etc. So these are the picture of natural polymer. On the other hand, if you see, the slide shows the picture of synthetic polymers. Synthetic polymers can be used in making boxes, bottles, and toys, and many other items can be made. And the third picture shows the semi-synthetic polymer, in which the cellulose acetate or rayon is shown here, and camera film, which is made up of cellulose nitrate, is a semi-synthetic polymer. Now coming to the next slide is classification based on structure. So in this classification, we have three different or four different kinds of polymers. Like first we have linear polymer, then we have branch polymer, and the third is cross-linked polymer, and the fourth one is network polymer. So linear polymer, in this linear polymer, a polymer consists of a single continuous chain of repeating units of monomer. And in the branched polymer or branch chain polymer, a polymer that includes side chains of repeating units connecting onto the main chain of repeating units.